Hey guys, welcome back. It's December 27th, and I just before we get into that little teaser that I just showed you, I took one out of Squatch's old book and had to set you guys up for a little cliffhanger at the beginning. But before we look at what's in that box, I just wanted to give you an update of what's going on around here. Obviously no progress on the H, but I took the 1971 Montgomery Ward Snowblower out because we had a very nasty blizzard come through let's see, it would be Christmas Eve. So very nasty blizzard, but we survived. Probably the worst blizzard as far as wind and snow combined goes that I've seen. I know we had the blizzard of 91 over Halloween, but I was pretty young during that, and we got almost 30 inches of snow out of that storm. This one, I probably got about 10, but it's so windblown that some areas are bare and some areas have 2 or 3 foot drifts. So, but it was very, very bad driving conditions. But we survived. Had a very Merry Christmas, and I hope everybody that's watching had a very Merry Christmas as well, or whatever holiday you celebrate. Great. We're we're all in this together, so it's great no matter what you do, as long as you're with family and friends and you get to hang out and eat wonderful food, home cooked great food. But anyways, enough about Christmas and the holiday season. We were out snow blowing with the 1971 Montgomery Ward, which is built by Gilson, and we had one pass complete, another pass complete, and then right on the beginning of the third pass, this happened. And I don't know if you guys know snowblowers very much when you're living in the southern climates, but in the northern climates, there's supposed to be something right here. It kind of comes up this way. Yeah. We lost the chute. The chute itself, I already removed it, but the chute itself is right here, and this small ring, which has got teeth on it, coincides with a small gear that turns, clockwise or counterclockwise, and that adjusts the direction of the chute. So it turns the chute whether you want the snow to blow this way or forward or to the left. So we're gonna have to take that over to Rudy's and do a little cleanup and re-welding of the chute to the adjustment ring, but not a big deal. Probably only take 10 minutes to fix, but it was a pain to finish snow blowing the driveway because I had to hold the chute on with one hand and guide the snowblower with the other. Otherwise the snow just shoots straight up in the air and in your face and back down on the driveway. So that's all that really is going on as far as machinery. But we'll get it up and running again. I was surprised it actually started as well as it did. It probably only took, I don't know, half a dozen pulls. The thing about these old air-cooled Briggs in the wintertime is the oil is so thick in the crankcase. I should probably have 10W30 or 5W30 in it, but I just got straight 30 weight, so probably wouldn't hurt to change that out for 5 or 1030. But let's go ahead and see what's going on with this box. Hopefully you guys can see this. The overhead light for the workbench is fluorescent, and in the cold it isn't working too well. You guys might be asking, what is this for? This is a Super H carburetor. Now, the Super H carburetor is essentially the same castings as an M carburetor, but it has a little bit different jetting in it, and it has a different venturi. And the best part about this is with an aftermarket manifold, the holes are slotted on the H, where the carburetor bolts to the manifold. And when you use a Super H carburetor, it fits the slotted holes much better than a standard H carburetor. This manifold is actually designed to fit, this new aftermarket one that I got is designed to fit a H Super H 300 and 350. So the Super H through 350 use the M carburetor with different jetting and a different venturi. And since we have the overbore kit and stepped head pistons in the H, we're going to put a Super H carburetor on it, and the carburetor that I have on it is going to go up for sale. So if anybody's looking for a fully rebuilt H carburetor ready to go, let me know. Otherwise, we're going to rebuild this one, and you know, it needs some pretty good work. The choke is stuck on it, but that's not a big deal. We can get that out. The throttle turns, but I don't know the condition of the shaft or the bushing, so we might end up replacing that. But we're going to go through the entire thing and get it rebuilt and get it on the H. Now, one of the things that is different that we're going to have to figure out, and I think I already have a plan that really isn't going to cost us any money. The intake throat, or the choke end of the carburetor, is much larger on a Super H and M carburetor than it is on a standard H. So the intake pipe that comes in from the air intake is a smaller diameter, therefore the hose that connects the two is a smaller diameter. So what I think I might do is get a chunk of hose to fit the M carburetor, and I'll see if it slides over the hose for the H carburetor, and essentially I'll use the hose from the H carburetor just as a spacer, and we'll just clamp it all as one unit, and we should be okay, but we'll find out. So that's what's going on with that. Oh, biggest thing is we got to give a huge thank you to Paul. Paul out of Iowa donated this carburetor to the project. He had it sitting around in his shop, and I've been looking for one for quite some time, and finally Paul, he saw that I was looking for one and was intrigued about the project and decided he was willing to donate a good core. So there is no float in here, I don't believe, and we're missing the fuel inlet, but that's not a huge deal. We can get all that stuff. So at least we have a core to start with, and we have the knowledge to rebuild it. So what's next? Well, basically, you know, we went on that snowboard adventure, and it was to have a good time and to clear my head, but I got a lot on my mind, and I thought, well, maybe going for a nice tractor ride in the fresh snow. It's been snowing all morning. We probably got 2 to 3 inches out there again, and later this week we got another 4 to 8, I think, coming, is what they're saying. So I just figured maybe we'll fire up the old case and go for a little ride, and I figured I'd take you guys along with me. So at least we get some tractor running in, and hopefully I can get a little bit of a an idea of where my head's at. But I got a lot, man, a lot on my mind. So with that, let's get her fired up and get it outside. You got to get used to doing this with one hand, and one hand down here. Well, and a foot. Well, that's gonna do it for today. Little cold out, so a good 10-15 minute ride is gonna have to be good enough without gloves or bibs. So hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys had a very awesome Christmas and holiday season, and stay tuned for the next video. I'm not sure what it'll be, but it'll probably have something to do with either magnetos or carburetors, because right now that's all I have to bring to you is stuff that I'm doing at Rudy's. So, and I'm sure we'll do a video on the rebuild of the Super H carburetor too. So stay tuned for that. But other than that, you guys drive safe if you're in a wintry climate, and we'll see you in the next one.